Hey, what's up, y'all? Dangerous Voice of People's Choice, live and direct from New York City. And today we're looking at a conversation I had on my live stream about the Justice League, the Snyder Cut. Let's get into it.
The Snyder Cut for the Justice League was so dope. It was like it's like a whole different game. It's like a whole different movie, man. It was like a whole different movie. I couldn't believe how good that joint was, man. Even though it was 4 hours long. No, me and the Danger family, we watched it over the weekend. We watched it on Saturday, and we even took our own intermission. So we at the maybe like in the 2.5 hour mark, took a 10-20 minute break. Yeah, I think we took like a 10 or 20 minute break. 10, yeah, roughly. And we went to the bathroom, got some more snacks, and watched the second half of the movie. And like the whole time, like I thought I was gonna be bored at some point. I was like, man, this shit's gonna bore me because it's 4 hours, so it's gonna be like a lot of extra stuff. And I mean, and it was, but it was gonna be like a lot of unnecessary stuff. I thought so. After watching it, I was like, at no point was I bored. I was looking at my watch like, yo, this movie really is like 4 hours. Good lord. But at no point of the movie was I bored. Some of the scenes that of course, a lot of it, if you've seen the Justice League movies and the Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman movies, you've seen a lot of the stuff before. But like, there were certain scenes that were changed. Like the Wonder Woman scene, there was a scene where they changed up the whole thing. You got Cyborg's backstory, like a little bit. They threw like some other. These are spoilers, so and I don't care if y'all ain't seen it yet. They threw Cyborg's backstory in there. Got to see another Justice League. And you got to see like another Justice League superhero you didn't see. You got to see how they were gonna set up the next two Justice League movies, and you saw how they were setting it all up, and it was all like really good. Like I don't know what Josh Whedon did that he totally mess up Zack Snyder's like whole thing. Like I don't get why why he went in the direction that he went. I'm sitting here like, yo, why did he even go that way? Like it was ridiculous, man. Ridiculous how he changed that so much. I was sitting there like, yo, what he changed didn't make sense. And I didn't think the Justice League, and that's why I said I've always maintained that the Justice League was rushed. It felt rushed. I'm sitting there like, yo, why does this feel like it was rushed? And it was because he was cutting out the parts that explain the stuff that you needed to know. You're just like, wait, so how did that happen? Or how did they get here? What's his deal? What's his story? Like they just didn't explain all of that. They just went into they just went into like the main like the movie, the Justice League movie, and who the villain they were supposed to fight. They just went into that, and I was like, yo, there was a lot of stuff that needed to be explained that they didn't. Like they kind of didn't do a story with Flash. They focused mostly on, well, the only backstory that they covered really was Cyborg, because it was like, yo, I guess that was the character that people know the least about. Like people kind of know the Flash, people know Batman, people know Superman, people know Wonder Woman. The Cyborg was kind of like, okay, what's his backstory? So that's why they did his pretty well. And of course, he's gonna have his own standalone movie, but they went into a look at his backstory, and then everybody else, it kind of like, they really didn't do it. They really didn't do it because those folks have their own movie, or their movies were slotted already. So that's why they didn't go into it. But they really went into Cyborg stuff, and they really went into how they were setting up the next two Justice Leagues. And I was amazed, even though it's like, yeah, most of them know anything about Cyborg. Yeah, and me and you found probably the few that do. Like I know I know Cyborg's backstory, and so I guess that's why they went into it in the Justice League movie, because he was the one that you knew the least about. I'm not sure how they're going to tie Green Lantern in at some. I feel like they have to. They have to tie him in, but like they don't. They haven't been tying him in too much, and I don't know if that's because of how the Green Lantern movie bombed, which I felt like The Green Lantern movie wasn't bad. I never felt like the Green Lantern movie was bad. The movie with Ryan Reynolds, I never felt like it wasn't bad. I felt like they never established their villain, and that was the problem with that movie. Like they had a backstory. He was doing Hal Jordan's backstory, and then they never established their villain. And then when it comes to now comes time to find a villain, the movie's almost over. Like they established, like in the Green Lantern movie, they established. They changed the Justice League. They changed the Justice League in general, yeah. So in the Hal Jordan movie, the Hal Jordan movie, the Ryan Reynolds movie with Green Lantern, they established how the ring comes to Earth, how he trains as a Green Lantern, the history of the Green Lantern Corps, all that stuff. But like after that, it's like, yo, the movie's like almost over, and it's like, oh snap, we haven't really established a villain in this movie yet. And then they kind of try to pick it in on the back end, and I felt like, yo, maybe the Green Lantern should have been 3 hours, just because y'all did a really good job as far as establishing the backstory of the Green Lantern with Hal Jordan, how he trains to become a Green Lantern, part of the Green Lantern Corps, like the history of the Green Lanterns. Y'all did a good job there. Oh snap, let's just throw this in the back end this way, and then the movie's over, and I'm like, and so the movie sucked. Like, yeah, who was the villain in that movie? Like, who was the villain in the Green Lantern movie? Like, you want to say Sinestro, but like, yo, you really didn't even get into like that until like the last 20 minutes of the movie. Like, you're like, bruh. Cyborg is an original member. He doesn't join the Justice League for 5 years after Titan. Yeah, he was a Teen Titan first. He's in every version of the story that I know. He was a member of the Titans, and then he joined. Like then, when he got older, he was part of the Justice League. Like later on. All right, we're gonna try to get into another game. Then Starfire, then Robin, then he's the oldest. Then Starfire, then Robin, then Raven, then Beast Boy. Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of. I enjoyed it. So, finally, I know you saw it. What is like? Snyder Cut was good, man. They just need to go ahead and start making Justice League 2 and 3. With Zack Snyder again, if he'll do it. Like right now, what they should be saying is, look, Justice League is back home, and Zack Snyder, we need you to come back. Because I know, like, the reason why they switched from Zack Snyder to Joss Whedon was they were having some internal strifes. They would have some internal strifes. They said like he wasn't getting along with the studio, or they couldn't see eye to eye on they couldn't see eye to eye on the final version or final cut of. They couldn't see eye to eye on it. Then though, his daughter, unfortunately, Autumn, committed suicide. So like even when the movie ends, you'll see at the end it's for Autumn. His daughter was 20 at the time; she had committed suicide. So he was dealing with that. So they handed it off to Joss Whedon. Everybody thought they were good. Everybody thought, hey, they're gonna be good because Joss Whedon, he used to write comic books, he used to write for Ink. Oh, I got shot from behind. He used to write comic books. He's done a lot of comic book stuff in the past, so they thought they were good. And plus, he was like the assistant director for everything. Like, so he was like there the whole time, as far as stuff like that. So they're like, oh yeah, we're good, because like, he's been here side by side with Zack Snyder the whole time anyway. We're good. Just fumbled that joint badly. I don't think, like, I still didn't think the original theatrical release of Justice League was bad. I just felt like it was rushed. Like, yo, they rushed this thing. That's the way I've always felt. Well, they were trying to compete with Marvel. They probably, with the Justice League, has probably did 6 different origins. Yeah, that's another thing too. I tell people when you watch these movies, like, they're like, yo, you read the comics, doesn't that ruin it for you? Like, No, because like you never know with the movies, like what version they're gonna go with. So you'll be sitting there watching the movies, but you don't know what version are they going with as far as the movie. So when you go see the movie, like, okay, they're going with this version, or like for instance, like with Black Panther, they mixed 3 different versions of Black Panther. So we will start at the Justice League. Yes, like the original version of it, I believe. The original version of Superman started Justice League, but I remember like, damn, I remember a lot of it like just using Black Panther as an example, like yo, they mixed like 3 different versions of the Black Panther in the Black Panther movie. I'm like, wait, that's from this version and that version. I'm like, wait a minute, they just mixing shit up. So like, I didn't know where they were gonna go with the story because like they had mixed so many versions together. So, and with the Justice League, I'm still not sure which version they did. The version I know is different from what they did. So I'm sitting here like, just trying to figure out a semblance of everything. Wow, come on, yo. Fucking buddy saved his ass. The second one was Batman started because Superman was missing, not dead. Yeah. I forgot what happened when Superman was missing. Like, I forgot if it was one of those times he just went back to Krypton. Because it was one Superman just bounced. He just went to Krypton. Come on, yo. Get my ass whooped right now. See, I'm not. I'm top 3 right now, surprisingly. Wow. Partner reload. Darkseid captured him. Oh, okay. Oh, it was that one. Okay. I tell you, there was ones where. Wow. I got him. On his way back to. On his Darkseid captured on his way back to Earth. Also, what's that same one? I remember, like, he just upped and went to Krypton because he got some type of message or some type of clue that, yo, Krypton is like, it wasn't burned up, or a large chunk of it was like, still around. So, like, he went to look for it. Oh, shit. I remember it was something like that. It took 3 years to brainwash him, then try to control him. Yeah, I remember something like that. I guess that was it. Like, I remember like Superman trying to find like a piece of Krypton. I guess that was that same storyline where Darkseid captured him. Something up here.
Hey, if you got to this part of the video, this is the end. This is Dangerous Ways People Show, live and direct from New York City. Thank you for watching the video. If you want to keep up with me on social media, make sure to click in the description down below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, it's all in the description down below. Get in the description. Make sure to like this video and make sure to give me if you have not subbed to the video, if you have not subbed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching the video. I love you. Peace.